just saying, and we're here with Slim Day Reazon.
Hey, how we doing?
So what's the reason for you coming in?
I am the reason.
Okay.
And I am Slim.
Tell us about that reason.
Well, we got an hour and a half to get into it, right?
Tell us that reason.
We got an hour and a half to get into it. I'm sure we're covered.
Yes,
Okay.
and you are a poet, right?
Yeah, I'm
what's the official name?
my official name?
The official title
The official
of your
title?
art.
You know, I do a little something different, so I kind of coined my own phrase. I'm a rhythm word artist, so I just use words to create rhythms and a message. So I don't like to say I'm just a spoken word artist, because you know, that's kind of played, and I ain't just a hip hop artist. I'm kind of in my own lane.
Okay, well, what inspired you to go into that path?
You know, I gotta give all thanks to the Most High, you know, the highest energy.
Yes.
I've always heard lyrics, and I come from a family of writers, so it's just kind of in my blood, my DNA to do it.
Were you always like, do you always feel like you had to have a peace of mind and everything? Or your opinion?
You know, my sisters didn't grow up in the house with me, so the only people I had to talk to was my pen and my pad.
Okay.
You know, so I just go up into my little room and just write my thoughts, and eventually I started speaking my thoughts.
So you said your mom and dad,
Yeah.
or both or one? They both did it?
Oh, yeah.
They both were into the writing, or just
My
one?
dad
of them?
more so than my mom. For
Okay.
sure. My dad has always been a writer and a source of
What kind of
inspiration.
writing does he do?
Scribbling. He's a scribbler.
Hopefully dad not listening
Right.
to some scribblings.
What up, Pops? But nah, he's a blue collar worker by trade, so he's not professional by any means. But he'll come home at the end of the day taking out little wads of paper that he done managed to write while on the job and reading them and writing them down. So just to see somebody that passionate behind the wheel of a truck, you know, still writing his little thoughts down, I learned to just express yourself no matter what.
Okay.
All right. Now, in school, we always had these programs like My Art, or you know, these music programs. Were you ever involved with any kind of those programs?
You know, I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, so yeah, shout out Midwest 513. What's up?
All right.
Ohio.
Yeah, nasty natty.
Start with an O, end with an O.
Oh.
Like the Cheerios.
So I don't know if we really had the best musical programs in public school. There's one or two schools that specializes in it, but I never like picked up an instrument or was given an instrument in school like that. So, but I've always had a natural affinity for writing, so it's just kind of in my lane.
All right. I've been to Ohio actually.
What part?
Cleveland.
That doesn't count.
I haven't been there. I've been to Cedar Point.
Oh, okay, that counts. That
Okay.
definitely counts. It's
That
ball.
was amazing.
I love it up there. Sandusky, that whole little area.
What kind of? Have you been to Cedar Point?
Yeah. As a
Okay.
kid, I haven't been in a while since like an adult, but Cleveland is kind of like Detroit. It's like much respect to both.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna go walk my dog through it, like you know what I'm saying.
Like that's more city-ish where you can't leave your door open.
No, you can't. This ain't Canada. You can't leave your door open at all.
You better not do it in Canada.
Straight up.
Because we moving, everybody from United States moving up to Canada.
Healthcare. Running.
Jobs,
Yeah. All that.
money, income.
Yeah. Everything.
But
Why
isn't
are we
it a-
here?
I know, wow. Let me see, the representatives came to the United States, and United States going to Canada. We're just all moving up.
Yes.
I ain't going up there, it's cold.
Yeah.
It is very
It's
cold.
super. I'm used to that from Cincinnati though.
I was going to say, you know, because you know what they say, right?
What's that?
Black folks, we don't like the cold.
That's what they say. And they say we don't swim either, but I swim like a fish.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, with your hair like that, too?
Yeah, it get a little heavy, like, you know.
I was going to say, because when you get some, he has locks, you guys. Like, he's
Oh,
been
yeah.
growing his locks for like, what?
7 years. That's the truth, but I tell girls about 3 years.
Yeah, okay,
So they can be like, "Ooh, you got
yeah.
good genetics."
That's why I
Like,
was.
Yeah.
That's why I was. And hold on, did you say they said that you got good genetics?
Good genetics.
They can't even spell genetics.
They don't need to be mixing my genes with theirs. They can't spell genetics. I got a test.
So when
On
you
dates.
swim, I know it gets heavy.
Yeah.
Because if I sweat just a little, my head be leaning to the
Yeah.
side. I'm like, dang, I ain't sweating.
My neck is real strong.
See,
No.
He's like lifting weights with his
Right,
neck and
yeah.
stuff.
we
like, in
ain't
the
gonna talk
morning.
about your neck being strong.
Right, that came out
This is
real
a rated
wrong.
PG X13.
My apologies. That came out real wrong.
Oh, now with the spoken word, when did you start? At what age did you realize this is something you really wanted to do?
I'd say about 14.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of like a high school area. I started to just share my thoughts with my close friends, and I had a lot of support. You know, like, dude, you need to go out there and actually get in this talent show. So about the 9th grade, I started doing little talent shows at school and around Cincinnati.
With the talent shows now, are you just doing speech, or are you like explain this? Are you able to? Can you freestyle like right now? Is it possible to
Like right now?
Yeah, like
I got a
in your
little say,
art
my
form.
freestyles ain't free. So,
Oh, my goodness.
you know,
Okay.
like, so.
It's gonna be free on IJX if you want your mic to stay on.
Right in the middle of a sentence, like.
Click. Slim the Reason to checked out of here. This is Motel 6. We turned the light on.
You hear me in the background, like, hey. But nah, I definitely can't freestyle, but I'm more of a writer. That's not my strength.
Okay.
Like, I possess that ability, but I would rather present myself as a writer than a freestyler.
Could
Got a little
you-
bit more depth.
Could you give us one?
Well,
Or
here's
is
how
it-
much time we got.
Oh,
We got listen, I control the buttons up and chip.
I'm just about to put some coffee on.
Okay.
You know,
We're gonna get a little kettle corn
Go to-
on,
Little
put
cream
on
sugar
some
on.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
I got
Two
Hulu
shirts.
Plus.
Yeah, I got Hulu Plus.
We in.
I'm Hulu Plused it and Netflixed it.
I'll put on
Okay.
that.
$7.99, $7. That's better than cable.
It is.
Come on
I'm
now.
gonna take my shoes off. Be comfortable here
And
now.
you know you got the bootleg on your cell phone too for the movies. Don't tell
When
nobody.
the lights come off, you
along
might
with
just-
the federals.
Yeah. The federal.
Yeah, the federales. Somebody came up and said, "What's the bootleg on the cell phone?"
Everybody with their cell phone out.
Is she gonna tell? Hold on, but I did a few weeks ago. I gave them the bootleg for the movies.
Oh,
I
yeah.
watched like when before Taken came out. I
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
it already.
There's some sites out there.
G.I. Joe,
By
man,
the time you got home.
know, channel1.com, and
I
you
gotta
do-
write these down because I wrote down one of them the other day and it didn't work on my computer.
It only works on black people's computers.
Oh my god! So I should have downloaded half of the movie.
Yeah, it was the half that you couldn't log into.
The first.
The first half. You
Yeah.
only get the last half, so you can't even watch it because you don't get the first half,
So
girl.
that's what you. I was
man.
wondering what you are. You kind of got the little.
Oh yeah, with
Yeah,
the
like half
braids.
and
You got a little
flavor.
French
With the-
braids going
Yeah.
on.
With the braids, it's kind of hard to.
She got the Valley Girl skin with the Compton microphone.
Yeah, she in a hey, don't be putting her in Compton. She
No.
Orange County.
They're all from Compton.
We
They're
all from
like-
Compton over here on, you know what I'm saying?
Like I said, I'm from Cincinnati. All this stuff is like. Alright.
We just let you come over here to stay because you got talent.
Well, thank
If
you.
you didn't, we send you home to that old high old.
It's too cold.
Oh, yeah.
I can't go back. But to
Yeah.
answer your question, I definitely could bless you with a poem and
Okay,
Definitely,
well tell
yeah.
me something. We'll be quiet for a 2nd.
just for a second.
Do we
Nah,
need
we'll
like
give
a
you a
bongo or something like
If
that?
we could just light some
Or like
incense,
snaps?
you know what I mean? Maybe bring the lights down.
The only
Okay.
thing we have in here that you can light with some smoke is illegal. So no, we can't do all that. We can't do all that up in here.
Nah,
We say no to drugs.
That's right.
Unless it's medical, medicinal, and you got your car for $35, $45 down
Maybe
there on
25.
Olive and oops. I carried away.
Maybe
I just
25
oh
minutes.
wait, no, I'm just kidding.
So go on and give us just a little something. Give us a taste.
Alright, cool. Well, this one is for, every artist out there who kind of forgets their way along the path of artistry. Sometimes we get sidetracked with life and forget that we're artists and we kind of leave it. But 1,000 pardons and apologies, my eternal beloved. How dare I ever flirt with fear, knowing full well I can never part your side? The taste of the rhyme, the fruit of the mind are delicacies to the enlightened palate. You know those sugar-coated bitter truths and herbal remedies used to counteract agents of disharmony and discord? We are but free radicals flowing through the blood of tyranny, bonding together to create the necessary. A new element for elevation, pulled from a source deeper into the ethers. Inspired thought, attuned, channeled, and transmitted via the vessel that is I and I. Given voice by blood and bone, the vibration enters your temple and lights white sage at the throne. Evil spirits scatter, love replaces fear. Now weaving spiders come not here. Incantations of enchantment provide sanctuary for the faint and weary, for you are part of the arts. Vital and intrinsic, the vanguard who defends it. Apothecary for the people prescribing poems for evil. Dividing doses of divine doctrine for healing like it's amoxicillin. Whether recitals or readings or talks of Korean or words from seeing, it's more for a reason. And that's love. A single syllable for the inexplicable. Artistic expression, answers for the unquestioned. Yes, oh yes, you are part of the art. The chosen host, please be your guest. Seat yourself and treat yourself to something like nothing else.
At the table with the oligarchs and intellectuals and business professionals, the artist is comfortable. Differences are made negligible by the power of the gift. Attention gravitates to the piece of expression. Chalk in hand, the artist teaches a lesson, or tongue is a gun, the artist speech is a weapon. Whatever present is presented, baby, each is a blessing. Yes, for you are part of the art. Nay, more than a part, you are the art. You are the art. For if the pen is mightier than the sword, then the power of the tongue must be nuclear, splitting atoms, making positivity travel around the new sphere. While scientists are off trying to find the God particle, we are the living word that's writing God's article. Now, baby, obvious now if you be his participle, because God's a part of you, and that's inarguable. From the beginning, like it's inaugural, the artists will start making, they say it's inaudible. But can't you hear it now? The whisper of your superconscious mind that becomes your first lyric. The chords cultivated from silence that becomes your songs. Don't you see the liquidous visions you glimpse when you close your eyes that becomes the fresco? Don't you feel the magnetism that twerks your hips and becomes your twerps of Korean endeavor? Yes, sir. You are the recipient of a gift, possessor of precious talents for which others wish. So now, let's make a vow, better yet, a proclamation. All my artists right fists in the air around the nation and repeat this affirmation. I am the art. You are the art.
Wow. That's amazing.
Snap your-
Everybody snap their fingers right there. Everybody snap their fingers.
Around the nation.
Put that joint out. Snap your fingers. Stop smoking that other stuff. Y'all snap y'all fingers. There we go.
That sounds
Yeah.
amazing.
You know what? That was kind of deep on many, many different levels.
Yeah.
I know what she's
And-
thinking.
I'm not gonna. No, you know I ain't gonna analyze the people's little thing.
I gotta go.
We're gonna go
Music.
ahead and get some music going.
Yeah.
We're gonna come back and talk to you some more.
Let's
This
talk
is.
about it.
I'm just saying at www.4KLIQ.com. We'll be right back.
Is that your grandma? You're listening to I'm Just Saying on www.KLIQ.com. I'm Just Saying, and we're here with Slim Dave Reason.
Yeah.
Yes, he is a word-spoken.
Word.
What is his name?
word-
Word spoken, yeah.
What is his official
Is this
name?
spoken word?
Spoken word.
Spoken word.
Something that I'm not very good at.
Nice.
What,
something
spoken
that
word?
Yes, exactly.
No.
But he is, and he just gave us one of those.
That was so
what is it
deep.
called? Yes. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a little razzle-dazzle.
Yes, there was a lot of things that you said,
We
and
are
it's just
all
such a different
the
art.
Yeah, we are all. I understood. Just in generalizing, I'm not trying to take it from you.
Oh, please.
We are all the art.
Yes.
Everything we do, the world around us
Yes.
is the art.
Man, it's an
And it's
expression
about,
of God.
thank you.
And, God works. And, so we are an expression of God's ingenuity, creativity, so we are all art.
Okay, now you see, whenever somebody come in here mentioning God, you know I be getting all up into my analyticalizations. Because Elena said that, because once you said God, she was like, oh, here she goes.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
what?
Here she
I'm all
go.
about God too, and
I'm
and Jesus.
But you know I'm about to get up on it. Now, my question to you is this. Now, when you do your spoken word about encompassing just the thought of God and the love, do you think the world is turning away, or what you think going on in the world with all these things going on? And in the Bible it says once the government turns from God, it leads to destruction.
I think we are out of balance, most important.
Okay.
And, because God is perfect, or, the Most High, whatever word, Allah, Yahweh, Jah, it, her, whatever you want to call it, it's balanced, it's perfect.
Yeah.
And I think as we kind of exert our own influence on
Take a
things.
pause because he was getting comfortable.
Yeah, I was hitting my
I wanna
yoga
get
pose.
He was
Yeah,
getting his
yeah.
oh, now he all.
I wanna
If you
get
start
some-
floating, I'm about to roll. If you start and if you start flirting, floating, I'm getting out of here. And flirting too with me. You can do it with her.
Yeah.
Go
Our
ahead.
shoes are off and legs are crossed.
I can't do that because then I'll need help.
But I think that we just have to keep, each other in mind and treat
Okay.
each other with love, because God is love. So if we kind of have that at the forefront of our minds, and everything else fixes itself. There's no reason that we should be spending $50, $100, $200 billion on war, and we're slashing, educational budgets and things like that. Something's wrong with the world, and I think it's a lack of love. So if you notice in that poem I spit, that's my reoccurring theme, is love.
Okay. Okay. Now, when you say war and billions of dollars, do you think the United States gets involved in a lot of things maybe we shouldn't, like we're policing the whole world?
Yeah, we're the hall monitors of the globe.
Hey, I remember that on recess, the hall
Right,
monitor.
you know, like the person who has nothing else to do but to hate on me going to McDonald's during second bell. Like, don't let me get my McChicken and get out my face. But you know, we do too much. It's not our jobs. We need to police our own country. You know, we need to get home together. Who are we to go, you know, thousands of miles around the world and tell them how to run their government when we're not running our own government correctly?
True.
So are you up to date with all this stuff that's going on with Egypt?
A little bit. I mean, it's
Because Obama actually spoke out against it too, and he said, you know, as America, he said that he's pulling off military support to Egypt. They were supposed to visit him next week.
Well, anytime the government attacks its own civilians, it's a cause for concern.
Yes.
But that's happening here in America. So who are we to be talking about Egypt, and which Egypt is this really? Like this,
Yes.
you know, this isn't the Egypt of antiquity. This is some new, you know, hijacked Egypt. These aren't the pharaohs of old. These are very, you know, Middle Eastern influenced Egypt, and it's as with all of Africa, you know, the government is not of the people. It's been placed, and that's, you know, I figure we need to start with home base. If you want to clean up the world, clean up your block, clean up the house first.
So in your opinion, you know, and I like what I'm hearing from you. What do you, now I have my own opinion about President Barack Obama.
Me too.
And we might as well talk about that because I like to get into a good conversation. How do you think he's doing? I'm not going to talk about his first term because we all up in the second term and we can't live in history. Some like Laker fans who live in the past.
Right.
We got to be in the future.
Burn.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you did out loud.
Ooh, hey, I'm sorry. That was supposed to stay in my head. Anyway, what do you feel like you're saying this, but President Obama is a big cause on why we doing these things? Do you feel it's right he pulled out of Egypt? Do you feel we need to just maybe stay over here and worry about this country? And what could he do to make it better?
Well, I mean, that's certainly true. We need to be concerned about our own domestic affairs. But I kind of feel like it's president fill in the blank. You know, like it's a position that is held and you just insert another person into that seat, but the function of that seat remains the same.
Exactly.
And the strings are attached to wherever they go. So, you know, there's only so much one can do when they're held on a leash, essentially. And I know he's the executive commander, blah, 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 blah. You know, this isn't civics class, it's reality. So, you know, in execution, democracy is different than it is on paper. Because, you know, there's this other piece of paper called money that comes into play, and it kind of skews the whole thing. So, you know, I had this old little Nissan Century, and it broke down on me, and it was white, you know, it was clean. And I painted it black, and it still didn't run. And that's how I feel about the presidency. You know what I'm saying? The car
You just did an analogy. You just compared the president. Hey, no high five to him. Get back in the waiting room. We had somebody come out the waiting room to give a high five. You know what? It's so amazing that you just took the presidency of the United States and compared it to a broke down Nissan. You sound just like me. It's just so amazing. But
You got the hair
now,
too.
I know.
I'm just
Do you
saying.
know locks make you think all out the box? No, not weed.
I know. I was just saying. You know, I thought that maybe I could, you know,
You
talk
just
a little bit more like
save
you
yourself
with
a couple
it.
years.
You have weed. You have to grow this. This is a commitment.
These are
It's
antennas.
something.
to the
Yes.
wrong side. I'm getting a higher frequency right now. Now
Now,
I'm on
Mine's
16,
artificial.
17.
Okay, now let's get a little more localized in
Let's.
this.
Okay.
Now, we say, okay, yeah, the president is a figure, Congress and stuff like that. If we sit back and say, okay, the president has no power, but then again, I look on social media and everybody's cutting up the president.
Right.
So what? It's like it doesn't balance because how can you blame him when you're just now saying he has no power?
I mean, yeah, the whole system of checks and balances is supposed to be in play where the executive and legislative branch, you know, all these things are supposed to balance each other out, but the legs have been kicked out from it because, you know, it's being influenced from various aspects. and the main concern isn't the people. It's supposed to be a government, for the people, by the people.
Yes.
So we the people in order to form a more perfect union. But it's not about we the people anymore. It's about them in office and their pockets and that money. When the main concern of the world is money, then our souls are going to shrivel and die. And that's what's happening.
Money's the root of all evil.
I think that the
See,
love.
I need a little evil going on. You know what I'm saying? So I can ask for forgiveness.
Man, I need to give my my landlord about 700 pieces of evil. Like a week, otherwise I'm gonna have no place to stay.
That's right.
But it's the love. It's the love of evil. That's the root. I mean, the love of money that is the root of all evil. So.
Now, in all this that's going on in the world today, and dealing with your creative side, do you attempt to do spoken word where maybe you touch on some of this stuff, or you try to just stay kind of neutral?
Nah, it is the job of the artist to present these issues in a palatable manner where it's easy to digest. That's why I call it those sugar-coated bitter truths in that poem.
Yeah,
you take
that.
the bitter truth and you sugar-coat it so that somebody can digest it a little bit easier. So I don't respect artistries that are just really topical, real surface. You don't get into the meat of the issue.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you want to have something to cruise to when you're on your way to a party, and you want to have some feel-good music.
Yeah,
so you don't want to come off too preachy-teachy, and that's kind of what I did when I was a little bit younger in my artistry. A little overly didactic. I was kind of soapboxing. You know what I mean? All the time. I wasn't having any fun. You got to balance yourself out because you'll burn yourself out like that, and it's about balance, as I said before.
Now, when you said you started when you were about 14.
Yeah.
Were you like that in depth with your lyrics or with your writings at 14, or were you talking about things like dating,
like
like girls,
like homecoming,
like
exactly.
Yeah, I was definitely influenced by twerking and homecoming as a teenager, but I've always had a brain.
I know.
I've always been cut from a different cloth. So yeah, even though I may not have been aware of everything, there was always an itching in my brain that I couldn't explain. And I always sought to find, answers. Even if I didn't have them, I'll at least pose the questions if I didn't have the answers to give.
Okay.
Okay, that's right. Now, when we talk about putting it out there, okay, and with me, I use my radio show.
Right.
I use my voice on the streets.
Very well, by the way.
I try to educate and bring people to the next level.
Yeah.
Now, do you ever think you'll get to the point where you just a little more direct, or are you going to always sugarcoat some stuff so that people can swallow it real easy?
Nah, I have both.
Okay.
I definitely right in your face with it, talking about shadow governments and all kinds of stuff. I go all the way off. I have things that are there that are blatant, and I have some things that are party music or party poems, and then I have the whole gamut.
So you do some music?
A little razzle dazzle, yeah. I definitely.
Little razzle dazzle.
Yeah, nah.
Well, maybe we're gonna have your little razzle dazzles on here next time we talk to you. But I like getting into this spoken word thing. Now, do you go out and do your spoken word anywhere, or where at? Well, give us some idea of where we can go see you.
I'm a huge fan of Freedom of Speech Thursdays, which is on Hollywood Boulevard at Sabor and Culture. It's a coffee shop up there on Hollywood and Gramercy, roughly.
Okay. And what's the name of the coffee shop again, so they can?
Come on, it's in Spanish. We went over this.
It's Mi Vida Loca El Coffee Shop.
We need Miss Janet.
I think it translates to savor and culture or something like that. Sabor y Culture.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a very nice spot. Hosted by my man Sewell.
Okay.
And I also like Vibrations down in Inglewood.
Vibrations. Okay, I've seen that place.
Yeah, so those are the two places I go the most. I've heard of the Poetry Lounge, which is a bigger spot. I haven't worked my way up there yet. I haven't ventured out there.
How are they like? How did they respond to you because when I heard you speaking, I was like, it was so quiet in here, and I was able to listen and hear everything.
Right.
It really touched me and moved me. Like
she was in awe.
Yes, in a spiritual way, and it made me want to speak out more.
Beautiful.
Yeah, really taking it as an artist and making my own. how are people, do they take to you in a negative or a positive way? Because you do speak your mind.
Man, that's beautiful. I appreciate that. And that's my paycheck as an artist. You know, when people give you that respect like that, that's my gratification. But I get a lot of love because I give a lot of love. You know, and that's my main thing. I just try to be a love vessel. And so, you know, I do get some telephone numbers.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, we're going to cut through all that junk. It's the locks. And you know it is? It is. It's the weirdest thing. People that have locks, people just come at you real hairy. Don't be looking
I
over
was
here.
wondering if I was involved in this or not.
She was looking over here like, I'm part of the locks too.
Micro locks.
No, you're not.
No.
No, you're not. No, but you know, don't you notice that when people have locks, we nod to each other?
Yeah,
I could be in a grocery store and somebody with locks past me, we nod. It's that Harley. See, I ride. It's that Harley Davidson thing. Like when you on a Harley and you ride. Somebody just gave me a thumbs down for Harley Davidson.
We don't ignore that.
You're not. First,
I just got a migraine on the left side of my head, honey. Anyway, I'm not gonna show him Freddy Krueger right now. Now, don't you notice people with locks? We always like nod each other, or it's like that thing.
Unspoken code.
Yes, and women love them.
They do. And you know, but there's these things out nowadays called fashion locks. And
oh my God! Don't look at me, T.
I almost
Don't be
fell out
looking
my
at me,
chair
T.
because I know what you're talking about.
Not fashion weaves, not you. But like for real fashion, like the people who are just trying to be Lil Wayne or 2 Chainz, or they call it the football look, and they don't really know the backstory or just what it can be.
Yeah, but you can tell the difference.
Yeah, you can.
You can tell the difference
with
people who have that spiritual lock and people who have that I want to look lock.
Right.
It's a difference. Plus, do you know they have weave locks now?
Okay, so, you know, I wasn't gonna go there.
You better go there.
I have to. I'm going there. So I was working on a video shoot with my friend. I'm gonna skip that because it's not important where. I saw a brother, one of these dancers on set, who had sew-in locks. And got the nerve to be swinging them while he was dancing, like he was working it. I swear he had micro sewing locks.
See?
And thought he was cool.
That's like.
And wanted to talk to me about my hair. Like, how long you been growing your hair?
Oh my God.
I'm like, how long you had yours sewn in?
Yeah, exactly.
That is like defamation, disgrace. I don't know.
Man.
It's a thing. It's a thing. People don't understand it until they grow their locks long enough to say, I've been growing mine for 10. I've been growing mine. Because it is definitely a commitment, and people don't realize that.
A true story. This is why I grew my hair. It's part of my spiritual journey. I made a commitment to myself and to the Most High. I was going to teach myself patience and development by growing my hair. And these are my antennas to the Most High, so the longer they get, the closer I get.
And do you know that growing these, it does take patience.
Oh
That's when they were shoulder length, and they kept hitting me on my ear, and I kept thinking a spider was crawling
someone was
on me.
touching me.
Yes.
Or you don't have that extra $60 to get it groomed, and you just out there looking like.
Why you gotta put me on blast? I'm gonna go get them done.
It's radio, they couldn't see.
Yeah, but you put me on. Yeah, but you. You know what? On that note, I'm gonna shut your mic off.
Oh man.
You on restrictions, but we're gonna take a little sponsor break and.
SMM on Friday night. I'm just saying. You're listening to I'm Just Saying. Oh yeah,
always trying to play when
we got some gin and juice here for Monday Reason. You're listening to I'm Just Saying on www.
Oh, we had some deep conversations tonight.
Yeah, we did.
We gave y'all some music, but we really didn't want to.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Because y'all should have been listening to what we were talking about up in this room right here.
They would have learned something.
That's right. If you get a chance, if you're an independent artist, actor, any type of independence, go to
hnsmag.net. They always looking for the hottest artists, hottest models. Actually, on the cover of this summer issue is Caroline Waller, and she was featured in Playboy Cyberclub. So definitely check that out in Beats 101. www.hnsmag.net.
She is not Michelle.
And you know what? I think that they should have like a section where they vote for the hottest model of all the years, and then we'll just tell everybody from IJS to vote for Michelle. So
That's right. Damn it. Go to www.hnsmag.com and tell them to put Michelle back on the cover.
Oh yeah.
Only time they really need to put her on the cover is January, February, March, April, May, June, July.
Oh, just all year.
That's right.
Issue.
That's right.
I
That's
support
right.
that decision.
That's right. Well, we're in here talking about just life in general, and this young man right here is very impressive to me.
Oh, thank you.
And
you
I'm
called me
gonna,
young.
yeah, honey, I'm 46. You are young to me, honey.
I'll take that.
Okay.
I'll take that.
He's like, hold on, you know they say black don't crack.
I see that. Unless it's on crack. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. That was inappropriate.
Are you
See,
from the 80s, 90s, 70s?
Dang, I was
Hey!
on the
Yeah,
70s.
wait, your hair's not that long, so.
I'm an
80s,
80s
90s.
baby.
Okay.
80s baby.
Yeah.
That's right. Ooh, that's so
84.
cute. 84.
I'm turning 29
Okay.
on the 20th.
So were you like
Oh.
making with your life rights? Were you like making them all?
Yeah, I had my
Awesome
Slinkies,
stuff.
watch
Yeah.
my G.I. Joes,
Oh,
all
yeah.
that. Yeah.
You guys are so cute. I was
Transformers.
graduating out of high school, going to the army to fight some people while you guys were just now being born.
Dude, I was playing with popples
Who?
when you were out
What's a popple?
popping people. I was playing with popples.
Oh, okay. Well, in Compton, popping people means shooting drive-by.
So we ain't had them in Cincinnati. I wish somebody would offer me some pop.
That's right. But we were talking about the movie Legion before in our last little conversation, and it's when God had turned his back, quote unquote, on mankind.
But then he changed his mind, right?
Well, no, he didn't change his mind. What he did was test his angels.
Ah.
And really, there's a significance to it.
Oh, yeah.
See, there she goes.
Now I
Michael
can't see
and
the movie.
Gabriel, remember, and
I seen that thing.
Michael left
Yeah.
because God wanted to turn his back on mankind and didn't want that baby born to create new life. So
Right.
Gabriel came to stop the birth of the baby and kill the baby
I remember now.
because he was following what God wanted.
Right.
And Michael said, no, don't follow what he wants. That's not really what God wants. And he's like, yes, I'm going to follow his orders because
Yeah.
God wants to turn his back on mankind. And in the end, Gabriel and Michael got into a fight, and Gabriel killed Michael. Michael went up and came back down.
Right.
And then they got into it again, and he was all powerful soldier again, and he said the Father wants you because mainly you disappointed him. Because Michael reinforced in God that what? Mankind was worth it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mankind was worth it at any cost. So what do you think how should we apply that to our everyday lives? This is going to be our last little hoorah going out.
Man,
We ain't going out there, but we need to spend some knowledge
I gotta go
on
out.
a simple movie like that.
On Legion? I gotta go out on Legion.
No, you got to go on how we should definitely. What can we take from
Well,
that?
you know what? For real, true story. What I took from that recap, because I did see it, but it was, when it came out. When was
Yeah.
that? Like,
Oh, here we go.
2010 or something. But,
Hey, that was only a few years ago, dude.
True. I don't remember. I was back then. I might have been. Maybe. I'm not saying that
Traditional
I was.
or on the corner?
I refuse. I refuse. But basically, we were trying to.
Z over there, come in the house.
Did he have the medicinal? That's the
best thing,
I
yeah.
think he keep taking them little breaks. He keep leaving.
Right.
What's
Which,
going on?
but we keep trying to put words in God's mouth. That's
Uh-huh.
pretty much what that reminds me of. And everybody knows what God wants, and is trying to preach and sway the hearts and minds of people and telling them what God said, whether it's with a book or they got some sort of divine messages that only they got. Everybody wants to put words in God's mouth and are willing to kill over it, which is kind of ironic because I'm pretty sure God didn't tell you to kill. So it's like,
Yeah.
if God really told you something, and I'm going back to my recurring message, it was to love thy neighbor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if God told you anything, it's to love each other. And if we get back to that original commandment or message, then maybe everything else will take care of itself. But that's what I'm reminded of about that Legion movie.
Okay.
Yes. So love one another.
Damn.
I think that one
I
thing.
like how you looking at me.
Ooh, hey, y'all better not be
It's
trying to
the
love
hair.
one another up in here.
It's the hair and the words, you have to wear. No, but actually,
Get your hands off of them.
Come on,
The
man.
way
Let
that
him use you. Let him use you.
it does come down to love, and I feel the same way. the more I learn about Jesus, because if you learn about the way he was, then you understand who God was, because he loved, he never judged, he was always hanging out with the people that needed him.
Yeah, it's a great motto to live.
Yes, a model. Yeah.
I'm not Christian per se.
Yeah.
I am spirit. Along the way, I've been a Christian and a Muslim. Been a bad one and a good one. Been a scholar, been a hoodlum. Been lost and been saved. Been broke and been paid. Lost one uncle to cancer and another one to AIDS. Been cried and been brave. Been a king, been a slave. Been an ignorant, natty Negro. Been a California sage. Been single, been engaged. Been in love, been enraged. Written words on the page and then spit them on the stage. Been Matthew. Been Peanut, been Slim, been Reazon, been the only one along the way who truly believed them. Been high, been sober, been a saint, been a soldier. Felt hot, felt colder. Ate ramen, ate ambrosia. Drink pride and piss shame, lies and spit game. Didn't hide from my fame cause my vibes still remain. Yeah, this is so much more than just a song to say. This is a testament to my quest along the way. So the first thing I said was, along the way I've been a Christian and a Muslim. Been a bad one and a good one. Been a scholar, been a hoodlum. So I haven't just subscribe to just one method of belief. So I appreciate the message of Christ.
Totally. Yeah.
But it's ubiquitous in any religion that that philosophy is in place. So whether you're Christian or Muslim or Buddhist, whatever you are, those are good commandments to live your life by.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I gotta admit something. You said ambrosia. I haven't eaten no ambrosia.
Hey,
you know you fat. You know you fat. He did all that. He said he some ramen. He said ambrosia. I was like, ooh, it's been a long time since I had me some good ambrosia. Do you know what ambrosia is?
I don't.
Oh my God. How do you not? Everybody here's laughing. You know.
We came from the same neighborhood, okay, if you notice.
Ambrosia is the white stuff with the fruit in it. It has the marshmallow, puff stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah, the mix.
That's ambrosia.
Oh, that has the
I hate when they put coconut in it. Stop slobbing on me.
I kind of like it.
Because you're talking about the ambrosia and you get hungry.
Hey, for ambrosia is also like the nectar of the gods.
Yes.
On Mount Olympus.
But I was thinking about the white.
I see that you
know I was thinking about the white.
You went there.
Listen, I'm fat.
No, you're not.
Z, what was you thinking about?
Z, no,
When?
What was you thinking about? The marshmallow stuff with the...
I was listening. Oh, I already know what ambrosia is. I was listening to what he said, though. I listened to
He was
everything.
like, y'all leave me alone. I'm just filming this.
Yeah.
He's thinking about that cold stone.
I didn't come from their block.
Oh, y'all
Yeah,
on the
across
cold
the street.
Right
You
across
better go
the street.
now.
Is it open?
I don't know.
We're about to send somebody to go for it. I'm about
We
half
got
a swim to
coffee, ice cream with the heat bar, and I always...
I like how they chop it up. Oh my God. It's like the beanie hot of ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that should be their motto.
You know they closed the one up in Ladera by the rich people?
No.
Yes, they did. They got a yogurt land up there now, for real, serious.
It's by my
It
house.
makes no sense. They
Wait, it
had
does make sense if you think about it.
Why?
Because rich
Think
people
of
like
rich
that.
people. Exactly. It's all about the yogurt.
But the rich people like the expensive ice cream too.
But yogurt is
That
more
has too many
healthier.
calories for those
Exactly.
rich
They
people.
can't do that. They
I
can
hate
still.
rich people now.
They go.
Unless
And
they
they-
want to give me money, then I'll just
Yes.
Oh.
Well, I tried to get rich last week.
Well, you know what way to get rich is called the law offices of Joe Higuera.
Joe, he get
Yes, if you're bicycling to your homie's house and you're just on your text messaging, you get hit.
I'ma stop you because you know what? I got into another accident.
Oh my gosh, are you? Oh yeah, I saw
Were you
Sunday.
texting while driving?
No, I was driving while driving, and he came out of nowhere, and he said, "Me no speak English."
Oh my gosh.
no.
Yes, those were the first words out of his mouth. I said, "What happened?" Me no speaking English. I raised my fist up to him. I said, "You know what?" He started speaking English. He
Hold on,
said, "I
hold on.
made a U-turn. I didn't see it." You spoke enough English. You work at IHOP. You speak it.
Oh,
He
yeah.
hit me out the blue.
Okay.
So I had to call Joe Higuera.
Yes, you called Joe Higuera.
Yes,
Did you
I
say
did.
called 714 lawyers?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? He speaks Spanish too.
Yes,
so
he
you
does.
should
Yeah,
have given
hablo
him
español.
the card.
I don't want to give him the card
Oh,
to
wait.
get my attorney. He needs to go to Larry H. Parker because he got somebody 4-point-something million who in a wheelchair. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, girl, you're about to get paid because he has no upright fees or hidden costs, and it's a free consultation. So definitely hit
Free
him up
consultation.
I'm
Yes.
getting paid anyway.
at 714 lawyers. That's 714-529-9377, or visit him at HigueraLawOffices.com.
And make sure you mention I'm just saying it yet again. Don't go in there and start getting all these fees up and then say, oh, I'm just saying. So that he know in the beginning you're going to be free.
Yes.
Because
if you don't mention I'm just saying, then you'll be paying.
that's she's a
poet.
rap.
Oh, yeah. Robin,
You done got in her.
Yeah.
You done got in her.
Whoa,
I mean,
not yet. Oh, I apologize.
oh my God, what did I just say? You did not get in her.
Yeah.
We're talking about ambrosia and Cold Stone's ice cream.
That's all it takes to get it.
You know what? This is the end of the show. I know it's the end. I know it's the end because I'm over here tripping. So this is T Square coming at you. Listen to us every Friday, 7 to 9, right here at www.4kliq.com. Fully motivated radio the way it
Should be
Thank
always, always. This is your girl, Lena Karras, checking out West Coast.
Yeah.
Well, give them
So
some.
they
Why
reason-
you said yeah.
I mean, I thought we was going off air. Hey, shout out to Full Life Entertainment, hooking it all up. God bless y'all. I'm
Yeah.
glad.
Where can we see you real quick? Go on
Tell us
Facebook.
about-
Yeah, www.513elevators.com. You can go to fullifeentertainment.com and see me and the rest of the Full Life Entertainment artists. And you can catch me in person, live in the flesh, pretty much every Thursday after that Freedom of Speech open mic.
In
And
Los
I'm gonna go
Angeles.
with you. I'm gonna go up
Oh,
there.
we gonna
with you.
connect.
For real.
We friends.
I'm gonna get your number and we gonna.
Can
go.
I be friends?
No, you
My-
can't. You too light.
My hair? Oh, I thought it was my hair.
You too light. You can't roll with us.
Oh
We
my
roll.
God.
We roll with the dark people.
She can roll with me.
I have.
Ooh, there we go. You know what? We are out of here on that note. All right. See you guys next week.
Happy Friday.